Okay, so we are going to be making your world famous apple crisp today.
World famous, wow.
Bachala's family famous.
Okay.
And when I say we, I mean mostly you, but I'm going to help out in areas that I need to help out.
Absolutely.
So, let's get started.
Peeled some apples, and I like Macintosh because they're nice and juicy, and they're tart, and I think they balance the flavor really well.
Okay, how many did you make?
So, you know, it depends upon the size. I have 5 fairly large Macintoshes here.
Yeah.
And I peel them, and then I cut them, I quarter them, take out the core, and slice them thinly. And that's what I began to do right here, you see?
Okay.
And I use a cutting board because somehow, you know, this, and I have a really good knife too. Swiss knife.
Oh, yes.
You know, the Swiss with their precision knives.
Fun fact.
Yes, fun fact. And
she is Swiss.
So, I am slicing these nice and thin. And I would love to maybe have a little assistance in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used the new tool that Julie gave me for my hair. Did you see your hair yesterday?
Yes, it was like curly. It was what like sea wave curls or something. Yeah.
So I did that to my hair, except my hair became a giant poof.
No, it looks beautiful.
So I had to put it back.
Well, that's why I have mine up and back. I don't have to do anything.
I see. Alright, so you want me to peel these?
Yeah, if you would peel those, good. And I will, if you don't mind, I'll stand right next to you. So no, it's okay. So you hold it in one hand and you kind of pull the apple, pull it towards you. Okay. Okay. See if you can do that. At least the one anyway, right? And, no. I mean, I may be done before you.
Okay. No need to troll.
No, I'm not trolling you, sweetie.
Take our time.
No,
here.
because this is yeah. And what I did was I didn't even use the peeler. I used my Swiss knife. Oh. But we know about knives, don't we?
Yes, I do not do well with the knives.
We must be careful with knives. Right.
For those who do not know, I sliced my finger open not too long ago. So
yeah, not good.
We're going to do this.
So now you're doing great.
This thing's kind of fun too.
Yeah, it's very relaxing. Actually.
So why don't you leave the skin on?
Because the skin will get very hard when it cooks.
Oh.
And then.
What about these brown pieces? We don't want them, right?
I mean, you do the best you can. I can cut those out with a knife when that's done. So that's not a problem. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Perfect.
There's some places I need to just
I used to try to do it all, if you get really good at it, never breaking the peel, and you're kind of like almost doing that, you know. I used to make like a game of it.
Oh.
Like, how long can I go before I break the peel? And sometimes I got around the apple perfectly without breaking the peel.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely am not.
No, you're
there
great.
Yet.
Yeah, but look how quickly it's going.
Yeah.
That's a very good peeler too.
Yeah. Is this yours? Did you bring this here?
No, it was here. Okay. It's a pretty well-appointed kitchen here, so.
Yeah.
We are lucky, and the rest I can do.
The core.
The core, I'll cut anyway. So then I'm going to show you if you want to put if you guys can see. I don't know if you want to angle this. So then I cut the apple in half, right, and then again in quarters, and then I simply core it like this, right? And I'm going to speed it up and just show you then what I do after I do all that, and a little bit of bruising doesn't matter. Okay. I slice them thinly like this.
I tried to cut off the bruising.
That's fine. You did great. Yeah. So that goes right in there. Okay, so all these are done already. So you can peel the other one while I do this one, and then we're almost there.
All right then.
Yes, you are doing so well.
So approximately how long does it take to make
a crisp?
From start to finish?
Oh my gosh. I would say, now some of the streusels, as I will mention to you, and I've done part of it at home. I brought it with me because I didn't want to bring the whole kit and caboodle.
Oh, that's right, that's right, yeah.
So, but I would say from start to finish, probably an hour and 15 minutes because it has to bake for.
Oh, so after, like, ready to eat.
Right.
Oh.
Well, but you don't want to eat it hot out of the oven.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you want to let it settle a little bit. But from start to finish with the raw ingredients and the finished baking, about an hour and 15 minutes, because it takes about 45 minutes or so to bake.
Okay.
And I'll mention that later on. And it takes about half an hour to prep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, not at all. And what I like to also sometimes, and not just make an apple crisp, but an apple blueberry.
Oh, right,
Throwing
right.
a few blueberries in there adds another dimension to it. You can have straight up apple, but you can also put little blueberries in it.
Okay.
It's very, very nice that way. And you know, if you don't want to do a lot of apples, you can do half and half, and then it doesn't take you as long to do the apples. As blueberries, you wash and throw them in. Right?
Oh, yeah. So this one's only going to be apples.
This is going to be apples, yes. Now, the one thing I didn't bring with me was flour, so I'm going to steal a little bit from you have to thicken it with a little flour, but I will show you that.
We will get to that.
Now, do you want me to do this, or do you want to try this?
Maybe you can just...
Oh, yeah, no problem. All right, here we
I'll
go.
get rid of all this. How about
That's
that? I'll clean up.
wonderful. That's great. So the first ingredient that's going to go in is cinnamon. Now, how much? I don't measure. So I'm just going to go do it. I would say probably a tablespoon. There you are.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoops. I like that poof. That was good. And then we have
For
some
dramatic
sugar.
effect.
Now, depending upon how much you have, I think I have a little measuring cup I have here.
The cinnamon is coming over here.
It's flying through the air. It smells so good, right?
It does smell really good.
Okay, so
Cinnamon, perfect for fall.
Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put maybe this is a little bit, it's coming around the edge. It's not an exact science. This may be a little too much, but
What was that beep?
I would say that's the oven. That's already reached the maximum 50 degrees. It's ready to go in. So I would say a half a cup of sugar, something like that. And now grab a spoon from the drawer and stir that up. Oh, the next thing. Yeah, yeah. You can stir that up. And now, after you stir that up, this lemon is very, very important because we're going to zest the lemon. That gives it a really fresh, tart flavor. It wakes up the flavor of the apples.
And we do it in here.
So, yep. So, and don't even have to stir the sugar. You can do the stirring all together later. So you zest. And I'm going to let you zest this. And just like that. You have to get a good lemon zester.
Did you bring this one?
I did.
Oh.
But you
See,
know.
I knew you brought some things.
A few things I have to bring a few things, you know. But anyway, so I would say I want you to do a little bit of this.
Okay. I've never actually done this before.
But just be careful not to zest your fingers.
I know.
You don't want finger zest.
Yeah, we do.
You want lemon zest.
Alright, so what do I do?
So you hold it like this. In your left
the
hand. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I am right-handed.
Okay, so I am too.
Okay.
So you take it in your left hand, and then you go forward.
Oh, okay. That
Like
seems
that.
easy enough.
And then you have to tap it once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah. You are good.
It's not coming out as good as...
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, this is working.
It is working.
Oh, is it?
Trust yourself. Yeah, and then kind of bang it. Yep.
Alright.
I saw it.
A little thing's coming
A
out.
little bit more. Yeah.
Am I supposed to do it harder?
Yep. You have to have enough pressure because maybe it's a little dull. You have to have a really good raspberries. They call it a rasp too. But anyway, that's good. Yeah, and I think probably that's enough.
But I didn't know that even really came out.
Yes, it did.
I mean, that's from yours.
Well, all right. Do a little bit more. It's a huge lemon. We don't need quite that much.
Alright.
All right.
I do not do this.
You are good.
Oh.
Did you see that?
I did.
All right. So now we're going to cut the lemon in half. So,
While you do that,
yes,
I'm going to stir.
And since it's a huge lemon, you only need this much lemon juice. But the juice is really important too. Okay. So here we go.
Ooh.
And this little device is
This thing's so cute.
Isn't that good? It's so compact and good.
I
and
love
it catches
that.
the little seeds.
Is that yours too?
Yeah, I brought this.
Oh my god, I
You have
love
to
that.
come with
I want
certain-
that.
I don't even know where I got it, but it's really good.
What about, can you make, like, put that in water and stuff?
The
Or is
lemon
that weird?
What do you
Yeah.
mean? Put it in water.
Yeah, like have like lemon water. and, like-
Absolutely, that's why I brought it, because my daughter loves lemon water in the morning because it's so cleansing.
Yeah.
And so we brought a bunch of lemons and all that. So that's good. Now I'm going to just taste one just to sort of
Even though it's
nice and
uncooked.
sweet. Oh yeah, but it's apple. It's apple. It's okay. You can eat uncooked apple. It's still good. Now what I'm going to do is normally you should add maybe a tablespoon of flour.
Okay. Is this the flour?
Well, this is the mixture of the streusel mixture, which we'll go over it. But I have to steal from this a little bit because
there's no flour here.
Well, exactly.
Oh, really?
No, but because everything is already pre-mixed, but that's okay. So stir that. Otherwise, it gets so juicy that, you know, it's too juicy. You add a little more, a little more, and a little more. Okay, good. Perfect.
You see that, folks? That's
Yes.
about 3 spoonfuls.
So, folks, in terms of the amount of flour, see, I don't measure, but I would say it's about 2 tablespoons of flour.
Okay, 2 tablespoons.
For 5 large Macintosh apples. And either 1 small lemon or a half of a large lemon. And the zest of
What's this?
each. That's a little pit, and it's okay.
Oh,
It's not gonna kill you. You know what I mean?
I'll dock you a point for that.
Okay. Okay, but we're still good. We're in good shape.
I think it's mixed.
So I
Do
think
you
that's
want me to do
perfect.
it?
Now, here we have the pie plate. I want you to dump this in
What's
here.
this?
That is just a little bit of, that was...
This is the pie plate.
This, you can
What
have any
size
kind,
is this?
what would you say? 8 by 8?
I have no idea.
Something like that.
You're
But
the chef.
You can use any kind of pie plate that you have.
So
Or a casserole dish. So dump it in.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
And I'm going to get a few blueberries just to
Oh, so we are going to do blueberries.
Well, just a few. I
Oh,
like the color of it,
okay,
yes.
girl.
I just have to find them.
Okay.
Here they are. And I already washed them.
Okay.
And
Oh, I
open
found
that
another pit.
wide.
Found another pit.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh. I think this is something or other too.
That's a nut. It's okay. You know why?
Did you put nuts in here?
That was in here. It's good. You want it. You want the nuts in there. It's fine. It is all going to blend in together. We're good. Okay, that looks great.
So now I should just even it out, right?
Well, you want to do the rest.
Oh, yeah.
Get all of those. Okay? Hey, we need to wear aprons.
Oh, yeah, I know. Why don't we have aprons?
Next time we have to wear
Well, I
aprons.
got all cute for this.
Okay, now, listen. I'm going to add a few of these, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Just a few. And it'll add a little bit of color. There you go. Okay, you can also add a pint. You can add a whole pint and have half the volume of apples. But that's perfect.
How many blueberries is this?
This is like really
a
good.
half a pint?
Yeah, half a pint of apples, a pint. You can do maybe 3 or 4 Macintosh and add a pint of blueberries instead. You can make a blueberry crisp with just blueberries. That's very good too.
Yeah.
You follow the same basic recipe.
Oma does.
Peaches.
Oh yeah, peaches, and there's
have-
another, or like blackberries or something.
She does things with plums.
Oh, plums.
That's my favorite. My mother, Oma.
Yes,
she does
yes.
plums. And I love plums.
Mama Oma.
You can do it with apples, with any kind of fruit.
This looks good, huh?
Doesn't it look good?
It does. Let's get a
Now,
good.
the next thing is going to be challenge. Yeah, okay. So, here's the thing. Now, for people who don't have allergies to, milk, dairy, they can use butter. However, we're going to be using Smart Balance, or I can't believe it's not butter.
Yes.
You can also use a nice olive oil.
Okay.
The big thing is, in here I've already mixed the ingredients. So what you want is, I'm going to give you the proportions. 1 cup of flour is 1 stick of butter. Now we have to approximate because we're using this. And 1 cup of sugar.
Okay.
And I use brown sugar.
Okay.
So,
this is flour and sugar.
right. This in here is brown sugar. And 1 cup of brown sugar is too much. I use half the amount. It's still
I hope
plenty.
everybody's following this.
You understand? So here's the balance. You have one stick of butter to 1 cup of flour, and then I think 1 cup of sugar is a little bit too much. I tend to go half the amount of sugar. You have to try it because less is more.
It's called
This is less more.
the
Less is
Bachelor's
more.
secret recipe.
Less is more. All right.
I'm just kidding.
No. And that means that the oven is ready to go. That's
Okay.
perfect. We're gonna.
All
All
right.
right. So here I have a cup of flour. I also have included some brown sugar. I never use white sugar. I use brown sugar for the crumbs. My mother uses white sugar.
We don't judge here.
But we don't. But I just don't. I prefer
Not for
different.
us.
And then in here I have cinnamon. Maybe a tablespoon of cinnamon in here.
Okay.
And I am going to also add some
what is that? Oats?
oatmeal.
Oh, oatmeal.
Oatmeal, about
What kind of oatmeal is this?
just a regular rolled oats.
Okay.
You don't want the steel cut. Doesn't
Oh,
work.
okay.
No,
Rolled
rolled oats. And I've added quite a few because it adds a lot of fiber, which is important. And what else? Now we have to do this. Now this is going to be a balancing act. I've never, with Smart Balance, we're naming the product. So what I want, and you got to get your hands dirty for
Okay.
this.
All right. Let me get ready.
So I'm going to just add this much.
So should I take off my rings and things then?
Take your rings off.
Oh man.
Are you allowed to take your?
You know how
everything
your
off?
son gets.
Well, he better. You don't want the diamonds to be full of butter and flour and all that, right? I think.
About me taking off my rings.
So you're going to go like this. Now normally you start with cold butter and you cut it into little tiny pieces.
So what do I do with my hands?
So what you're going to do is you're going to just put that on top and then start working it in. And I do this with oil too, and eventually you'll see it will make crumbles. It's going to be kind of gooey for a while. Kind of fun. Yeah, just keep going. We'll see the consistency if we have to add more Smart Balance.
Okay.
More.
Oh, so we don't know if this is the correct amount yet.
Well, I mean, you do, I feel.
So we're making crumbles.
You're
here.
making crumbles.
That's what the
It's called
idea
a streusel
is.
topping.
Oh, a streusel
Streusel or
topping.
crumble. Some people say crumble topping, streusel topping. I call it streusel.
Okay.
Streusel in
Should I
German
just
means
keep
It
like?
smells very
Should I
good.
go like this too? Like break
just
everything
right-
up?
Yeah, but
Or
you
not
can do
too
that
much?
because we have to see how much more.
I feel like we need more butter.
Yes, I think so too.
I
But
think we're gonna need more. I can't believe.
here we go. All right, that's okay. So we so far have about a half a cup of this.
Okay, so half
All
a
right,
cup.
but the most important thing, with butter, you use a stick of butter with 1 cup of flour. That's the ratio. But because we don't have sticks here, just a tub, we have to do it by approximation. Keep going until it really works in.
It's just all over my fingers.
It's good. It's
You
good.
found what they're
It has to be, and
fingers.
just work through it. That's right. That's right, because on the bottom it's still probably dry.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of like stir it.
I feel like we're gonna
Fluff it-
need a little bit more.
Fluff
though,
it and stir.
still.
Well,
Also, I think I burned my hand on that freaking machine.
I would like to. I think it's starting to crumble. Do you see it? Do you see the crumbles?
I see the crumbles.
You see the crumbles?
We're crumbling away
Crumbling
here.
away. All right. She sees the crumbles. Okay. Now while I'm at it, could I just do a little bit more cinnamon?
I mean, you're the
Do
pro
you
here.
do you like cinnamon?
Yeah, I do.
I will just add maybe another little bit.
And should I mix this in now?
Yes, ma'am.
Mix it all together.
Yes. Now that looks like a crumble to
Wow,
me.
this is
Now,
like
do
a
you feel in here
crumbly-
too? Do you feel something hard? The hardness of something?
Like these
That's
things?
almonds.
Oh,
I
I'll take them
add.
out.
No. No. You should add about a half a cup of finely chopped almond. I mean, it doesn't have to
Did
be
you chop them
powder.
already,
I
though?
already did it because I came to the beach house and that's what we're doing.
Okay.
All right, I didn't bring everything separately. So.
Okay, cool.
All right, that-
a regular Giada here.
Can I just? Okay. Do you see what's happened? You see how hard? Do you
Did
see
I do
this?
it okay or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
You see, this
I thought you were
means
gonna tell you this made wrong.
no. This means it's crumbled. See that?
Yeah. Okay, so we're good then. Or should I put more?
Almost.
However.
Just a teeny bit more.
We're gonna
Ready?
need more wax.
So
Okay,
we're
that's it.
we really have no idea how much butter we put.
Well, yes. Well, look, in this tub, how much butter is there? I mean, how much it's basically a Smart Balance canola oil, olive oil, extra virgin olive. That's good.
Good stuff, guys.
This I think is a cup. We've used a quarter of a tub of that. That's all.
Okay, so
But
a quarter of
people
a
have
cup.
to
How
know-
much is that though? Like if they're gonna use butter, or
I told you, butter. The ratio is
Oh,
1
right.
cup of flour
Okay.
and 1 stick of very cold butter, cubed in tiny little pieces, and it's much harder work.
okay. So
I mean, I always work
for
on
the
it.
Smart Balance, we're
For
gonna
the
do
Smart-
a quarter of.
A cup or until it crumbles.
Oh, this is looking really crumbly.
See what I'm saying? Okay.
I'm seeing it.
Now I want you.
Let me just make sure I get all the dry things on the bottom, right?
Okay, now I gotta taste it because you have to see if it's sweet enough.
Taste test. The Ingle Dingle taste test.
It's sweet, but you know what?
We're gonna need more.
Well, because I don't have brown sugar with me, let's add just a just a little squirt. Okay, go ahead. Do your thing.
So this is how the magic happens.
I use a half of a cup of firmly pressed dark brown sugar.
I'm so excited to
I know.
eat this. This
Doesn't
looks
it look
really
good?
good now.
Okay, so now
This is my favorite thing ever.
So now what you're going to do is, I think it's really great.
Yeah.
You're going to put
It's been all over my fingers, guys.
You're going to
Hope that's cool.
Yes,
You're going to try it?
Taste it, yes. It's going to be really good baked. All right, good?
Yeah, cool.
You're super.
Okay.
And again, if people don't have Smart Balance or I Can't Believe Restaurant, olive oil will do too. Olive oil, how much? You have to sort of pour a little bit on.
How much? Who knows?
You know, a half a cup of olive oil maybe. No, it has to be by feel.
Okay, right. So
Okay,
once it's
so now here what I would do is I wouldn't now. Do you see what I'm doing? I wouldn't make the crumbles so crumbly that I make.
So we want it kind of thick.
Yeah, let them
Chunky.
form a little. I mean, not totally chunky, you know.
Okay.
And I'm going to do the
Chunky,
first
but
corner.
not too chunky.
Yeah, exactly. So you're just going to put this on.
Oh my
Like that.
gee.
So now
this is so interesting.
You do the rest.
Isn't this interesting?
You do the rest.
Okay, so I'm going
Very
to do
good.
here.
Yeah, and be liberal with all of this. Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
This is the
And
best
kind of
part,
crumble
isn't
a little
it?
bit like this, and then kind of put it on so that there are some like bigger pieces, not huge, but otherwise it becomes just like.
Oh
almost,
no, I dropped some.
No, it's all good. There's no making a mistake with this. Honestly, there's not.
You're being too kind.
We'll see about that.
I know.
No, it's going to be good.
All right, make sure I get the crumbles in.
Yes, that's right. And if you
The
don't
crumbles really are the best part. They have
well, yeah,
to be.
then you have to really
From
and
the
don't
eater
forget
perspective.
Yeah, don't forget the edges.
We
too.
definitely need the crumbles because they're.
yes.
Oh no, I dropped some.
Doesn't matter.
Does it?
Doesn't matter.
Does it not? Are you sure?
Doesn't matter.
I gotta make sure I get this
Are they
side over
sweet enough?
here. They're okay?
No, they're good.
Babe,
They're good.
he just ate some off the cake.
Now, babe, behave yourself.
Very good.
Can you see this okay?
It's all good. Yeah,
How's the,
it's great.
Pressure.
And then the
this
rest
part's actually the fun part for me. This
Yeah.
is my favorite part
This is great.
out of this whole thing.
Yeah, it's good. And the
Right.
almonds really help to make it taste really good.
Is there
Now,
any
Oma
spots you
doesn't-
think that
Oh,
I'm
pardon
missing?
me?
Is there any spots you think I'm missing?
No, I think you should just dump the rest on there. Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
So elegant.
Crumble. There you go.
All right.
Okay, now, yes, it's beautiful. You did a great job.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that looks nice.
Right?
Very nice. Yeah. Very, very nice. Yeah. Yeah.
So what, after we do this, what is the next step?
The next step, now that you're finished, you are going to, you will have been heating up the oven to 350
Okay.
while you're preparing this,
Mhm,
because you want a nice hot 350 oven.
Yes, okay.
And we're going to now put it in, but I would put a piece of foil on the next rung down.
Just in case any falls off.
Well, just in case, it's when it starts to really cook,
Yeah.
it bubbles on the edges, and sometimes if it's a little bit too high, it'll overflow.
Okay.
And you don't want a big mess.
Makes sense.
Okay? I've already put the foil into the oven.
Babe.
Peter, we are needing your presence elsewhere. And here we go. We're putting it in. There we are.
Nice.
And now it's on
350.
350.
Okay.
And we will, I don't know how to work this oven, so we have to add 45 minutes, but
I like how you look at Peter like Peter knows how to work this oven.
because I'm so helpless.
Here, we'll do this. So
So the timer should be set for 45 minutes. Now, that doesn't mean it will, depending on whether it's a hot oven or a cool oven, you have to really see.
Oh yeah, we talked about this yesterday. Because
Yes.
every oven is different.
Every oven is different, and so what you're going to do is you're going to do the check after 45 minutes.
Oh, after 45 minutes.
And if it's bubbling a lot, for that, just a regular pie, and it's fairly fit, you know, not too high, it probably will get done in 45 minutes. Okay?
Yay. And then we have the crisp for tomorrow morning for breakfast.
Do we have to wait that long
For dessert?
tonight, and then the leftovers for breakfast?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, because tonight we have our special seafood dinner.
Yes, we do. And
We'll show you the final product.
there you go. And it will bubble. Okay.
All
So it is bubbling on the side a little bit. It should be a little juicy, you see, on the sides.
Let me see this. Hold on.
Here you can see that the juice is overflowing a little bit. It's fine.
All right, so now we have taken it out.
That the top is nice and brown.
Yeah, it looks really good. It smells amazing, honestly.
The whole house smells beautiful.
I know, it really does.
And you can have it with ice cream or whipped cream or plain.
And so that is how the
our-
cookie crumbles.
Yes, I like that. That's a good finish.
And that's how the crisp crumbles.
No, the truck is
You're
there.
very clever.
And you're a great chef.
You are just very clever. All right, so we're good. So now we have to let it cool.
Yeah, so we ended up having this thing in the oven for
55 minutes.
55 instead of 45 because the oven ended up being a little bit
cooler.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna let it sit for how long?
I would think you shouldn't be, just for an hour maybe.
Okay. So we're gonna let it cool for an hour. We'll have it for dessert after dinner.
Yes, and you can
then
have it,
for breakfast.
you can also put it in the refrigerator and it makes a great breakfast with a cup of coffee.
This is my favorite thing to have for breakfast in the morning with coffee. It's kind of like this pastry that's just like amazing.
That's right.
So I hope you guys had a good time, and yeah.
And wish you were here and could join us.
I wish you could taste it. And I hope you can make this now yourself if you don't have a Mrs. Bachalis.
There you go.
Lined up.
Everybody is loving the crumble. Loving the crumble.
We're loving the crew.
Oh my god, babe, stop.
Here we are.
And since it's after dinner, we're having some with a little decaf.
Yummy.
Really crisp.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, just for a summation of this entire project today, I just want to say, logs are nice, especially if the result of it is a wonderful crisp that you make. So I expect to hear that everybody has made a crisp. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.